Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rajani ji, Assistant Professor, Department of Materia Medica. Today we are here to discuss about magnesia mure. Magnesia mure is chiefly indicated when excessive weakness is felt, especially after a sea bath. Chief localities of its actions are head, right hypochondrium, inner region of the liver, rectum, and large intestine. Also, bladder, uterus, heat, head, and feet. Type of persons to whom it is specially suited is diseases of women, spasmodic or hysterical complaints complicated with uterine diseases. Uh, One of the most important symptom uh, is foot sweat, especially with burning in soles, especially in the evening. So they must put out the feet out of the bed. They used to keep their feet. Next, what you see is it is especially suited to the liver affections in children who are puny and rickety and have eruptions about the eyes. The constipation of magnesium mure is very distinctive. This will be reading in detail in the later slides. So as of now, the most important symptom which we have discussed is the foot sweat, burning of the sole, because of which they have to put out the feet out of the bed. Next, what we see is the characteristic stool. As I have said, magnesium mure's stool is quite distinctive. So it is knotty and it's like ship's dung. Okay, you see how the ship's dung is round, hard, small round in shape. So this one's is kind of ship's dung, painful. So there is pain in the rectum which is present before stool, burning at anus after the stool. So there will be pain and burning, as well as intestinal atony. There is atony of bladder, so there will be urine which can only be passed by bearing down with abdominal muscles. Next, what you see is perversions of taste and smell, which is marked especially after the influenza in these patients. So after the influenza, there is perversion in the taste and smell in these patients, and which is well marked. Next, what you see is sensations of megmure. That is, especially when they are reading, right? They feel like someone else is reading behind them. Alright, so they feel like as if someone is reading behind them. Also, there is general hyposthesia, which are worse by touch or pressure, but the head pains are better by hard pressure, eye pains better by pressure, and the menstrual pains are better by pressing on back. There is a great sensitiveness to cold and disposition to catch cold, which is better by wrapping up head warmly. So they cover the head, which leads to the betterment. But the skin eruptions on face, head, and eyes are worse in warm room. Cough is also aggravated in the warm room. Mostly, other than headache, all of the symptoms are better in open air. Sea bathing is the most important element, which leads to the bloody expectoration and great weakness in magnesia mure. Talking about the mind, we see that they have aversion to conversation and prefer solitude. Also, there is uneasiness and lachrymose humor, peevishness, aversion to conversation, as I have said, repugnance to exertion, nervous excitability, also with tendency to weep, unhappy, fitful, and emotional, fearful, and inclined to weep. So weepiness is very much marked in this. Whatever little bit happens, they start crying. Next, what we see is anxiousness in the room, and in open air, it ameliorates. While reading, they feel as if someone was reading after them. So what happens? They keep on reading faster and faster. All right. In head, if we see, there is stupefaction as from intoxication, vertigo, especially in the morning on rising, uh, heaviness in the head is being seen, pains in the head, whatever kind of, it gets ameliorated by wrapping up the head. Sensitive to noise, bursting kind of headache is being seen, painful undulation of undulation and whizzing as of boiling water, that is being seen. Also in headache, you see that there is tearing and stitches in the right temple, gripping and ragging in both the temples, with a feeling as if you would become dizzy and lose consciousness. All right, now this disappears on pressing the head. Okay, and next what you see is inflammation and burning pain in the eyes with redness of sclerotica. Lacrimations are being seen along with the burning when looking at anything in the broad light. So in sunlight, whenever they are seeing anything else, any object, the eye pain along with the burning and lacrimation increases. Nocturnal agglutinations of eyelids are also being seen. Yellow color of sclerotica is also seen. So there is redness and yellowness both. Around the candle, they seen green halo, especially in the evening. There is pulsation in the ear, dullness and hardness of hearing, as if something was placed before the eyes. Also, we see that there is soothing pains in the ear. Nose, if you talk about, they have coryza with loss of taste and smell, but especially after the influenza. During the coryza also this happens. Discharge will be corrosive. Stoppage of the nose is there. Also, they have scabs in the nostril. Nocturnal obstructions of the nose. Also, they have ulcerated nostrils and loss of smell. Now, you see that they have pale, yellowish and earthy complexions of the face, tension in the face along with the cramping pain. Lips, mostly you see, are cracked, roughness, that kind of sensation would be seen on the face. Teeth, there is toothache also that you see, which is aggravated by the contact of food, and sensation of elongation in the upper incisors are seen. Painful swelling and easy bleeding of the gums are seen. Dryness of the mouth at night, dryness of mouth mostly without thirst is being seen. If we talk about tongue, it's mostly coated with white, especially in the morning. Copious accumulation of the serous salivas are being seen. Tongue coated mostly white on the tip. Edges will be clean, clear. Tongue is large, flabby, but with bad taste and poor appetite. In the throat, if you see, there are some symptoms, that is sensation in the throat as if throat were excoriated and raw, especially in the evening and at night. So dryness and roughness is also seen. Now they have to hawk up the viscid cough from the throat, which is this mostly mixed with blood. Appetite, mostly we see that they have frequent thirst, especially in the morning, 3 a.m. around, gloomy and craving in the stomach, followed by nausea. Desire for dainties are there. Stomach, if you see, they have regurgitation of food, especially while walking. They have increased hunger, followed by nausea, eructations, frequent nausea with fainting, eructations tasting like rotten eggs or onions, sensations as if a ball were ascending from the abdomen into esophagus, which is better by eructations. Also, there is throbbing in the pit of the stomach, heat in the stomach, and painful commotions in the stomach, especially when walking. Along with the aching also would be present. Next, what you see is there is a congestion of the left lobe of liver, along with the burning in right hypochondrium up to the right scapula, especially when they put forward their feet for walking. Next, what we see is a stool, which is very much marked. So hard and difficult stool, which is with insufficient evacuations, obstructions of bowels from induration of feces. Hemorrhoids are also being seen. which are painful, also during the normal stool. Uh, Stools mostly crumbling as if burnt. Uh, okay, feces mostly naughty like subdung. Violent diarrhea of mucus and blood are being seen. Urine, mostly you see that they have difficulty to avoid urine along with the bladder pain. Also, they have to strain greatly, and with the pressure only they can pass their urine. Females, if you talk about, you see that they have black clotted menses, leukorrhea, which is marked with every stool. Bloody expectorations are brought on, mostly from the along with the respiratory complaint. Pain at apex of hurt, pricking kind of pain would be seen under the left scapula as if knife were hacking the bone. Extremities, we see that they have mostly pain during the walking, mostly, and while waking up in the morning. Others, what we see is the sleep. So, great inclination to sleep during the day, retarded sleep and sleeplessness by heat with thirst, anxiousness, frightful dreams are being seen. Fever, if we see, they have shivering in the evening, mostly which disappears in bed, and chilliness in the evening from 4 to 8. Even near warm stove, they feel chilly. This is very much marked. This is all about magnesia mure. In next class, we'll be reading something else. Thank you very much.